Good evening, and welcome to our discussion tonight. We are addressing a topic that consistently generates considerable debate within communities and educational circles. Should schools prioritize comprehensive sex education over abstinence-only programs? The way we educate our young people about sexual health has profound implications for their well-being and future choices, yet finding a consensus on the best approach is often challenging. Joining us to explore this multifaceted issue are two distinguished guests. Dr. Emily Carter is a public health researcher and a strong advocate for comprehensive sex education. And Mr. David Miller, a concerned parent who champions abstinence-focused education and raises important questions about the scope and impact of comprehensive programs. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a privilege to be here to discuss such a vital subject. When we talk about comprehensive sex education, or CSE, we're referring to a curriculum that is both evidence-based and age-appropriate. This isn't merely about the mechanics of reproduction. It's a holistic approach. CSE encompasses a wide array of topics, including human growth and development, the importance of healthy relationships, and the development of critical decision-making skills. Furthermore, it provides factual information on contraception and the prevention of sexually transmitted infections, and importantly, it always includes abstinence as one valid and healthy choice among others. The primary argument for CSE is its capacity to empower young people. By providing them with accurate, unbiased information, we equip them to make informed and responsible decisions regarding their sexual health, now and in the future. Substantial evidence from numerous studies indicates that CSE can lead to positive outcomes. These include a potential delay in the age of sexual debut, a reduction in sexual risk-taking behaviors, and consequently, lower rates of STIs and unintended pregnancies among adolescents. Beyond these immediate health benefits, CSE plays a crucial role in fostering an understanding of consent, which is absolutely fundamental. It also promotes respect for oneself and others, including an appreciation for diversity in relationships and identities. It's also important to address a common misconception: the idea that CSE somehow encourages promiscuity or premature sexual activity. In fact, the vast body of research does not support this claim. On the contrary, studies often show that students who receive comprehensive education are more likely to delay intercourse. Or, if they do become sexually active, they are more likely to use protection. At worst, there is no statistically significant increase in sexual activity. Therefore, CSE is not about promoting sex. It's about promoting health, responsibility, and informed choice, ensuring our young people are well prepared for the complexities of life. It's about giving them the tools they need to navigate relationships and their own development safely and respectfully.
Thank you, Sarah and Dr. Carter. I appreciate the opportunity to present a different, yet I believe, equally valid perspective on this important matter concerning our children's education and well-being. My advocacy is for an educational approach that strongly emphasizes abstinence as the healthiest and most reliable choice for young people. This might be termed abstinence only, or, if it includes broader health topics, abstinence plus, but the core message must be unambiguous. Abstinence is the only guaranteed way to prevent unintended pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. This isn't about withholding information out of fear, but about promoting a clear standard that prioritizes the physical and emotional health of adolescents. We believe this message provides a strong, positive ideal for them to aspire to during their formative years. A significant concern many parents, including myself, have with some comprehensive sex education programs relates to the age appropriateness and explicitness of the content. There is a genuine fear that certain topics or materials might be introduced too early, potentially confusing children or desensitizing them prematurely. We must also vigorously defend parental rights. Parents are the primary educators of their children, especially when it comes to sensitive issues like sexuality and moral values. Families should be the cornerstone for imparting these deeply personal values. My worry is that certain aspects of CSE can inadvertently undermine these family values. When schools present a wide range of sexual behaviors as equally valid options for young people, it can conflict directly with the moral or religious teachings many parents wish to instill in their children. Furthermore, there's a concern that presenting detailed information about contraception, while perhaps well-intentioned, might be interpreted by some young people as tacit approval or normalization of early sexual activity. This could inadvertently lower the perceived importance of delaying sexual involvement. We believe that the school's role should be to support and reinforce the messages that encourage restraint and responsible decision-making, with abstinence being the clearest and safest message of all for this age group. Our children deserve guidance that is not only informative but also protective of their innocence and aligned with the values we, as parents, strive to teach them at home.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, for outlining your perspective. I certainly agree that encouraging young people to delay sexual activity and make responsible choices is a shared goal, and abstinence is undeniably a part of that conversation. However, to suggest that abstinence-only education is a sufficient standalone strategy is, I believe, not supported by the available evidence. While abstinence is 100% effective when practiced, the reality is that not all young people will remain abstinent, despite our best hopes or their intentions. Numerous large-scale studies and systematic reviews have unfortunately found that abstinence-only programs are often ineffective in achieving their primary goals of preventing teen pregnancy or reducing STI rates. In some cases, they have shown no significant impact compared to no sex education at all. The core issue is that these programs frequently leave students unprepared for the realities they might face. If a young person who has only been taught abstinence decides to become sexually active, or finds themselves in a coercive situation, they lack the knowledge to protect themselves from pregnancy or infection. This is where comprehensive sex education demonstrates its strength. CSE includes DOM's abstinence as a valid and healthy option, often emphasizing it as the safest choice for young people. But it doesn't stop there. It also equips students with crucial information about contraception, STI prevention, and healthy relationships, ensuring that those who do become sexually active, or those who simply need the information to understand their bodies and the world around them, have the tools to make safer choices. It's about harm reduction and overall well-being for everyone.
Dr. Carter, while I acknowledge your points regarding the intention behind comprehensive programs, I must reiterate my profound concerns about their potential negative impacts and the message they send. The very definition of comprehensive can be a point of contention. What one group deems essential and age-appropriate information, another community or group of parents might find objectionable or believe oversteps appropriate boundaries for school-based instruction. This isn't a one-size-fits-all issue, and the values held by local communities and individual families must be paramount. There's a genuine risk that a standardized CSE curriculum could impose a particular viewpoint that doesn't align with diverse parental beliefs. Furthermore, I believe there's immense value in providing a strong, clear moral framework that unequivocally encourages delayed sexual activity. Abstinence-focused education provides this clarity without ambiguity. My worry is that by presenting so much detailed information about sexual activity and contraception, particularly at younger ages, CSE can inadvertently confuse young people. It might overwhelm them or normalize behaviors that they are not emotionally or developmentally ready for. We must be cautious not to strip away the protective layers of childhood too soon by introducing complex topics before young minds are fully equipped to process them within a broader ethical and personal context. A clear message of abstinence supports this protective stance.
Thank you both for those robust rebuttals. Dr. Carter, Mr. Miller has strongly emphasized the importance of parental rights and the role of families in imparting values. How does comprehensive sex education, as you advocate for it, typically incorporate or respect the role of parents in their children's education on these sensitive topics?
That's an excellent and crucial question, Sarah. Quality comprehensive sex education programs almost universally recognize parents as the primary sexuality educators of their children. They are designed to complement, not replace, parental guidance. Many CSE curricula actively encourage parental involvement through various means. This can include providing materials for parents to review, offering parent information sessions or workshops, and suggesting ways for parents to discuss these topics with their children at home. The aim is to create a partnership between schools and families, ensuring that parents are informed and comfortable with the curriculum and can reinforce the learning within their own family's value system. Transparency and communication are key components.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. Mr. Miller, turning to you, critics of abstinence-only education often argue that it can leave young people vulnerable if, for whatever reason, they do become sexually active. How do you respond to concerns about a potential lack of practical, life-saving information on contraception and STI prevention in programs that solely or very heavily prioritize abstinence?
Sarah, the primary goal of abstinence-focused education is to equip young people with the conviction and understanding that abstaining from sexual activity is the surest path to avoiding associated risks. We believe this clear message is, in itself, a protective factor. While these programs focus on abstinence, it doesn't necessarily mean students are left in a complete vacuum regarding broader health issues, though the emphasis is different. The concern is that an overemphasis on contraception might inadvertently dilute the core message of abstinence. We trust that if parents are actively involved, as they should be, they can supplement their children's education with further information as they deem appropriate for their child's maturity and their family's values at the right time.
An important follow-up for both of you. Our schools today serve an incredibly diverse student population, including LGBTQ+ youth, students from various cultural backgrounds, and those with different developmental needs. Considering this diversity, how can sex education programs, regardless of their primary focus, best meet the needs of *all-twine students effectively and inclusively?
This is a critical point. CSE, by its nature, strives to be inclusive. Effective programs use language and scenarios that are relevant to all students, acknowledging diverse sexual orientations, gender identities, and family structures. This means providing information that is medically accurate and respectful, ensuring LGBTQ+ students see themselves reflected in the curriculum, and learn about healthy relationships and safety in contexts relevant to them. It's about fostering an environment of respect and understanding for everyone, which is a core component of well-being.
From my perspective, while acknowledging diversity, the core message of health and safety through abstinence remains universally applicable and beneficial for all adolescents, regardless of their background or identity. Discussions around more specific or sensitive aspects related to diverse identities are, I believe, often best handled within the family unit or with trusted counselors, allowing parents to guide these conversations according to their own values and their child's specific circumstances. The school's primary role should be to provide foundational health principles that are broadly accepted and protect all students by emphasizing responsible choices, with abstinence at the forefront for this age group.
In closing, I want to re-emphasize that the call for comprehensive sex education is grounded firmly in scientific evidence and a commitment to public health. The data consistently shows its effectiveness in promoting the health and well-being of young people. CSE is not about encouraging sexual activity. It is fundamentally about providing young individuals with the essential knowledge and skills they need to make informed, responsible decisions throughout their lives. It's about empowerment through education. This includes understanding their bodies, developing healthy relationships based on respect and consent, knowing how to prevent unintended pregnancies and STIs, and recognizing the value of abstinence as one of several options for responsible behavior. For the sake of our young people's futures, and for the health of our communities, I urge us to prioritize these evidence-based, comprehensive approaches in our schools. It is an investment in their safety, their health, and their ability to navigate the world with confidence and responsibility. Ignoring the realities of adolescent development and behavior by limiting education solely to abstinence leaves too many vulnerable. We have a responsibility to provide a fuller toolkit for life.
In my concluding remarks, I want to reiterate the genuine concerns many parents and community members hold regarding comprehensive sex education programs that may inadvertently overstep parental roles or conflict with deeply held community values. We believe that the clearest, safest, and most ethically sound message we can offer our young people is the strong promotion of abstinence until they are older and prepared for the responsibilities that come with sexual activity, ideally within a committed relationship or marriage. This approach prioritizes their emotional and physical well-being during their crucial developmental years. It reinforces the idea that delaying sexual involvement is a positive and healthy choice, and it aligns with the guidance many parents wish to provide. Therefore, I advocate for educational approaches that place a strong, unambiguous emphasis on abstinence, and that actively and centrally involve parents in all aspects of their children's education on these sensitive and personal matters. The family must remain the primary influence. A curriculum that potentially normalizes early sexual activity, even if unintentionally, by focusing heavily on safe sex rather than no sex for now, sends a mixed message that can be detrimental.
Dr. Emily Carter and Mr. David Miller, thank you both for your thoughtful and passionate contributions to this very important discussion tonight. You've given our audience a great deal to consider. This debate has clearly highlighted the complex interplay between evidence-based public health strategies, deeply held personal and community values, the extent of parental rights, and the appropriate scope of sex education within our schools. There are clearly no easy answers, but open dialogue like this is essential. We encourage our audience to continue reflecting on these critical issues and to engage constructively in their own communities. Thank you for joining